Hey guys, I'm Natalie. I just wanted to film this video to tell you guys a little bit about my pregnancy story so far and talk to you a little bit about my 2-week wait symptoms. Because I know when I was waiting between my ovulation and when I could test, I actually went crazy. Like, no word of a lie. I was absolutely insane. I spent all of my time on YouTube looking at other women's videos. So I'm just adding to the fun. So I'm just going to start off with my story. I got married actually in May of 2018. So we've actually only been married for 4 months. I grew up in a religious family where we put a lot of emphasis on family, and for as long as I can remember, family has been like my top priority. Being a mom has been basically my dream since day one. We went on our honeymoon, and by the time we got back, both my husband and I were like, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it, and I feel absolutely crazy for even thinking about it, but we both couldn't stop. And this went on for a good few weeks. We kept talking about it and, you know, weighing out the pros and cons, because obviously that's a huge step and it's not something to take lightly. But after weeks and weeks of trying to get it off of our minds and not being able to, we decided that we wouldn't try to prevent, as we are fully aware of how many women struggle with infertility, and I honestly thought I might, and it was one of my biggest fears. We both made the decision that I would go off of birth control and that we wouldn't necessarily like actively try, but we wouldn't try to prevent. Honestly, we did try, but whatever. So, you know, we did the deed throughout the month. TMI, I'm sorry. I kind of knew when I ovulated, and I'm pretty sure we did it at the right time. The 2-week wait was excruciating. I actually thought I was going to be stuck in those 2 weeks for the rest of my life. It felt like it was lasting forever. So those of you who feel like you can't survive the 2-week wait, let me tell you, if I can, you can. It does take forever, but you will get through it. Basically, the day after I ovulated, I was already experiencing symptoms, and honestly, these are probably symptoms that I made up in my head because I'm good at doing things like that. But I noticed right away that I had a heightened sense of smell. There were times when my sister's dog came in the house and I thought she smelled like dirt. And I asked my sister and my husband if they thought that the dog smelled like dirt, and they said no. They're like, no, actually, she smells pretty good. And I was like, no, she smells awful. So I don't know if that's really legit, but it did happen. I also experienced a couple food aversions. I usually love egg salad sandwiches, and I made this one with like avocado and all these spices and eggs and everything. And my husband loved it, and my sister loved it, and I sat down to eat it and I like wanted to vomit. I couldn't finish it. Another thing I had an aversion to was squash soup, and I had been dying to make squash soup forever. So I did, and when I did, the first bowl I ate, I loved. It was delicious. And then the next day, I went to serve myself up a bowl and it made me want to puke and I couldn't finish it. I also started noticing that my chest started getting really veiny. I am naturally like quite a pale and veiny person, but like more than normal. There were like veins all over my chest, and I was like, usually I have some, but like not quite that purpley blue color. TMI, I'm sorry, but my boobs started getting a little bit sore, but that was a normal thing to happen for me before my period, so I figured that was just a period symptom. One second, I need to blow my nose. And I noticed that the pain in my boobs was actually on the sides, and normally when I got painful breasts before my period, it would just kind of be like a general soreness, but for mine it was like on the sides, kind of under my armpits. I found out that that actually is where the milk ducts are. I guess I don't know the science, but I guess they're developing or preparing for pregnancy and everything, so that's what was happening there. Oh, discharge. Now this is also a TMI, but I had like a huge amount of discharge. I usually always have a little bit. During that 2-week wait, like more and more and more, and I was starting to get concerned. I actually had to start wearing panty liners because I just hated the feeling. It kind of varied during that 2 weeks. Some days it was like really just wet and watery, and then there were some days where it was like really thick and white and like sticky almost. That's like really TMI, I'm sorry. I had pretty much convinced myself that I had made it all up and that I was just being crazy because I just expected myself to not be pregnant. I couldn't imagine myself being pregnant. So I wasn't really expecting it. But I took a test anyway, just one of those cheapy ones that you can get on Amazon for like, it's like a pack of like 50 ovulation tests and 25 pregnancy tests for like $30. I took the test and put it on the counter and kind of did my thing, and I glanced at it before the time was up, and right away I saw like a faint line. And I just started swearing under my breath, like repeatedly. I'm not a swearer. I was swearing like profusely under my breath. And not because I was upset or disappointed, but more so that I was just totally in shock. Like I could not believe it. I tested again right away. I think I took like 4 tests and a clear blue digital. I was pregnant. There was no denying that. So I told my husband right away, and he was excited but also shocked just like I was. We're currently 12 weeks, and I might do another video on like some of my symptoms since then. Anyways, thanks for watching, and click the button below to subscribe. I almost forgot. Keep watching to see my 12-week belly shot.